Okay, let's make a snowman. So I am going to use some of the elements of art, line, shape, and pattern to make a snowman. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the top of my page and I'm going to make the snowman's hat. So I'm just going to make a rectangle type shape just like this. Right at the top of my page. So there's my rectangle. That's going to be part of his hat. And then I also need the brim of his hat, and that's the parts that stick out there. So I'm just going to make a real skinny rectangle that's a little bit bigger. So this is what I mean. I'm going to draw a line here, down, across, and up. And now you just made a snowman's hat using two rectangles. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is make two big snowman eyes, and I'm gonna make them a little bit down from the hat. So I'm gonna make one circle here, and I'm gonna make one circle here. So there's another shape. You made a circle. And then what I can do to make highlights in the snowman's eyes is to add little white circles like this. So I'm going to make a little circle here, and I'm going to make a little circle here, and then I'll show you how to color that later. But that is like if the sun was shining on the snowman, his eyes would light up a little bit white. So we made those little spots right there. Okay, so now I'm going to make a carrot nose, and this is how I'm going to make the carrot nose. The carrot nose is going to be going sideways. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here in the middle of the snowman's eyes, and I'm going to make a sideways V just like that. And then I'm going to add a line. So what did you get? A triangle. So we have rectangle, rectangle, circle, 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 triangles. Okay, so now I'm going to make the snowman's head. So I'm going to use two, actually, I changed my mind. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to make the snowman's scarf. So the way I do that is I'm going to start right about here, and I'm going to make a curved line like this, and I'm going to make a line down and a line down, and then I'm going to make another line. So this is going to be the scarf going around his neck, and then scarves usually have this little part that hangs down, just like a rectangle. And then if you want to make some little fringe on your scarf, like that, you can. Okay, so now I'm going to make the snowman's head, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to make two curved lines. So I'm going to start here, kind of where the brim of the hat is, and I'm going to make a curved line down to his scarf. So I'm going to make one curved line here, and then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do the same thing. And look at that, you have a snowman head. Let's make the snowman mouth. So in the story Snowman at Night, it's kind of like just little black rocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make little circles, more shapes, and I'm going to make it in a smiley face like that. Now I'm going to make the snowman's body, and it's just going to be two curved lines that come and meet in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dot right down there. So I know I want one curved line to go here, and I want one curved line to go here, just like this. Curved line, curved line. And there's my snowman. Now, here's the fun part. We're going to add some details. We're going to add some lines to our scarf and our hat to make it a little more interesting. And you can use whatever kinds of lines you want. You could use straight lines, you could use zigzag lines, you could use wavy lines, you could use dash lines, any of those lines that we've learned about. So I'm going to make a little part of his hat right here, and I'm just going to add some straight lines down like this, just to add some details. And then on his scarf, I think I'm going to make some zigzag lines for his scarf. and then I'll make some zigzag lines going this way. Now he has a super cool zigzag scarf. Okay, oh, and let's make some buttons right here. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to think about what your snowman would do at night. This can be something you saw in the story, or you can use your imagination and pretend that if you had a snowman that, let's pretend it snowed in Las Vegas. It snowed a couple times, but it doesn't usually snow. But we're gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend it snowed in Las Vegas, and we made a snowman in our front yard, and then we went to sleep at night, and our snowman came to life and it wanted to play. So what would your snowman do? Now, I think I want my snowman is he likes to make snowballs and throw them at people. He likes to throw them maybe at people walking by late at night just for fun, or maybe he throws them into the street, or maybe he's throwing them to play baseball. So I'm gonna make a little snowman arm out of a stick. So here's my stick snowman arm, and he's kind of has his arm bent, and he's going to throw, and he's a super talented snowman. He can throw more than one snowball at a time. So I'm going to make 3 snowballs there. And then this arm, maybe he's holding a baseball bat so he can hit the snowballs too. So that's something else he could do with the snowballs. So I'm going to make the arm, and I'm actually going to make a broom baseball bat. So let's see how I'm going to do this now. So I'm going to make the broom here, just a real long, skinny rectangle. And then the top part of the broom can look something like this. And he's kind of holding that in his hand. Okay, so there's his broom. So he's ready to throw snowballs or play snowman baseball with all his snowman friends. So let's talk about how we can color the snowman a little bit. Now, as you know, snowmen are white, but what we can do is we can add a little bit of blue to him to make him look really cold and icy. So I have this really light blue that I'm going to use, but maybe you have, a blue like this, or a blue like this, or whatever you have. And I'm just going to add it to one edge. Just going to add a little bit of blue like this to kind of show that he's made of snow and he's really cold. Because if you touched a snowman, how do you think a snowman would feel? You probably said cold, and you are right. And I'm also going to add some to the snowballs, because those are cold too. And I'm just coloring the side, and it kind of makes it look a little bit more 3D. 3D means it's not just flat. It's kind of sticking out a little bit. So we're going to try and trick people into thinking these are more 3D. Okay, let's talk about the eyes. So I made these little white spots, and now I'm going to take my black crayon and I'm going to color every part except that white spot, so it has a little highlight in the eye. Just like that. And I think I'm going to give my snowman a rosy cheek too for fun. So I'm going to take a pink. These crayons are hard to get out. And I'm going to add one rosy cheek here. And then of course I'd color the carrot orange, but I want to talk about how you can color in a pattern for this part here. So I'm going to do a red-green pattern. So my snowman looks kind of Christmassy. Of course, you can use whatever colors you want. And red and green are also complementary colors. So I'm going to do red, and I'm going to do a red-green pattern. Red, green, and we've talked about color patterns before. Red, green, red. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here on the scarf. Red, green, And of course, yours does not have to look like mine. You're going to use your imagination and do yours how you want. Red. Then I'll start here. Green. Red. Green. Okay, and then I'm going to finish coloring mine, and I'll post a picture of it so you can see what it looks like when it's done. Have fun making your snowman.